VFX is a huge, huge piece of this film. It's like a main kind of crux of this world.
And Ashana was awesome enough to let us start very early on with her. We've done lots of pre-production, concepts, exploratory stuff. Through that process, we've gotten to this wonderful creature.
The basic premise is beautiful entities that were forced underground and have atrophied and changed, and now they've become this frightening thing, but they were once something to behold and be in awe of, but now they're absolutely frightening.
One of the first things that we pitched to Ashana was this idea of using motion actors on camera instead of going full prosthetic, which is what a lot of horror movies might do. Ashana provided a lot of reference right off the bat. She's been referencing everything from Japanese dance to Irish and Gaelic artwork. Then we also sort of respond to that with our own references and our own creative work.
Ashana and the designers of the creature have spent months and months talking through how they move, how they get up, how do they change, and that's scary too. This uncanny valley aspect of their transformation is very disturbing.
We wanted to be sure to capture human motion so that we can put that into the creature, but that the creatures would be fully CG. We created these suits with markers all over them, and every time we use those motion actors, we have 4 witness cameras, and those captured that motion through their tracksuits. We'll use that motion and transfer it to the actual watcher.
We looked at this form of dance called Buto, which is this really beautiful kind of Japanese dance of death. And so that was like a big inspiration for us with all of the dancers and movement artists.
Ashana described the pain they felt in the movement. She really wanted to show that they are constantly in pain, no matter what movement they're making, from being held in these really uncomfortable positions underground, that they are now these decrepit creatures that she wanted to get across. There are 5 watchers in total, each from completely different backgrounds. We've got one from hip-hop background, contemporary background, circus background, contortionist background, and they're just 5 completely different ways of moving that have come together, and they're just the greatest and most creative group of people I've worked with. I couldn't have asked for a better group of watchers.
It's very much a team effort.
Yeah, it's cool to see like what other people think of the watchers, but it also influences how you move as well.
There's a lovely kind of space for kind of creation where everyone can put the 2 cents in.
Ashana was watching every video I sent of individual watchers and groups, and we had so many ideas. And the minute I'd send a video, Ashana came straight back, and it's just been the most fun process.
My job is to bring the watchers to life on screen in terms of their performance, their motion, behaviour. Today we're shooting some reference of our contortionist. So the plan with that is we're going to take what we shot here, and once we get into animating it, it's like we use it as the base foundation for when we apply our CG character and start making it move and behave and shot by shot. Like, our watcher is a lot bigger than humans, so add a bit more weight, slow it down, speed up it needs to be, and just make sure it is it's servicing the story per shot. We're at the stage now where we're, you know, finding how the watcher moves, how it behaves, how it performs, and all that is driven by the story and Ashana's vision of how we want these creatures to be presented and how we want the audience to feel when they see them on screen. Once we get all this footage, we'll go sequence by sequence, shot by shot, and hopefully what you see at the end looks good.
The CG team will be mostly in motion at that time, and that may be 50 people. It's a multi-tiered process, and then once the edit is locked, then we will get our actual shots to start working on them. And that process will probably take 3 months, I hope.
One of the biggest things we tried to achieve was making sure that these watchers came across with personality and emotion and feeling and purpose driven, not just a CG creature that's just walking in the background or does a throwaway action. We really emphasized, purpose and movement.
We want to sympathize with them a little bit, I think, in certain parts. But then they're also vicious, and this is definitely a horror movie.